You didn't find this prayer by accident because deep down you've been searching for something bigger, something stronger than just motivation. You've been needing a real shift in your financial reality, and that shift begins now. Maybe no one sees how tired you are of pretending everything is okay, of smiling through the pressure, of carrying the weight of bills, debts, responsibilities, and that silent fear that things won't ever change. You've prayed, cried in silence, hoped with trembling faith that somehow, somewhere, something would turn in your favor, and here you are, right now, not by chance, but by divine timing. There's a reason you're hearing these words, and it's because something in your life is about to change. And this isn't just another video or just another message. This is a divine encounter, a moment where faith meets your frustration and begins to rewrite your reality. If you've ever asked yourself why your effort never seems enough or why you're always one step behind when you're giving your best, I want you to know that it's not your fault and it's not your end. Your breakthrough has simply been delayed, not denied. Imagine if today was the day everything began to shift, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because something powerful was activated in your life through the power of faith. What if you're one prayer away from the door opening, the job coming through, the unexpected deposit, the cancellation of that debt that keeps haunting you? What if everything you've been asking for is already in motion and the only thing missing was this moment, right here, right now, between you, your faith, and the divine intervention that is already unfolding? So stay. Don't skip. Don't scroll. Because this isn't entertainment. This is your moment. And if you listen with your heart, not just your ears, something sacred will begin to move in your favor. This prayer isn't ordinary. It's a call from heaven to your financial reality, and when heaven speaks, nothing stays the same. You've asked for a sign. This is it. You're not alone, you're not invisible, and you're not forgotten. Get ready. Your shift begins now. Maybe no one knows what you've been carrying. Maybe they see your smile, but not the moments when you close the door and whisper, "God, I don't know what else to do." Maybe they think you're strong because you always find a way, but they don't see how close you've been to breaking. The truth is, you've been surviving, not living. And even though you've tried everything, budgeting, working harder, saying yes to every opportunity, staying up late with ideas and dreams, the breakthrough hasn't come, and that's left you tired, disoriented, and doubting yourself. How many times have you looked up and asked, "Why is it so hard?" How many times have you wondered if something was blocking your path? If maybe you were cursed, or if life just wasn't meant to work for you the way it seems to work for others? You've seen people rise, get help, stumble into blessings, while you've been stuck in a cycle of resistance, debt, fear, and delay. But what if that wasn't a punishment? What if it was preparation? What if this delay was protecting you, building something deeper in you, creating space for a real breakthrough? The kind that doesn't fade, the kind that multiplies. You see, when life squeezes you, it's not to crush you, it's to push out what doesn't belong and make room for something greater. That pressure you've been feeling, that's not the end. That's labor pain. And what's coming is not more of the same, it's the birth of something different, something abundant, something blessed, something aligned with who you really are. Not the version of you that's exhausted and afraid, but the version of you that knows deep down you were created for more than just bills and survival. Close your eyes for a second and imagine waking up without dread, checking your account without fear, opening emails without bracing for bad news, breathing without that invisible weight pressing on your chest. Imagine that peace, that freedom, that stability. It's not just possible, it's already forming. And this prayer, this moment right here, is a step into that new reality. So if your heart is pounding a little harder, if your chest feels warm, if your spirit is quietly whispering, "Stay," then trust that. You're not watching this alone. Heaven is with you. God hears even your silent thoughts. And right now, all of heaven is leaning in because your cry has reached the throne. You're not too late. You haven't missed it. You're exactly where you need to be to receive what's coming. You're not cursed. You're not unlucky. You're not forgotten. You are chosen. And when the chosen cry out, heaven responds. That's what's about to happen. So keep listening. Don't rush. Don't second guess. Something sacred is unfolding, and you're a part of it. This prayer is for you. This shift is for you, And your new season begins right here, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Here's what most people don't realize. Money problems are rarely just about money. Behind every financial struggle, there's usually something deeper: fear, unhealed trauma, generational cycles, spiritual blocks, or even a lack of true belief that abundance is meant for them too. And that's why willpower alone isn't enough. That's why budgeting apps can't fix everything. That's why trying harder often feels like screaming into the wind, because the real shift doesn't start in the wallet, it starts in the spirit. And that's what makes this prayer different. This isn't just words, this isn't a motivational speech dressed as spirituality. This is spiritual warfare, but with peace at the center. It's a sacred unlocking, and the moment you truly open your heart to it, things begin to move. Miracles begin quietly, but they don't stay quiet for long. The truth is, prayer isn't passive. It's one of the most powerful tools of transformation you'll ever hold. Because when you pray with faith and not fear, heaven aligns. Doors open, delay breaks, and the impossible suddenly becomes possible. So right now, I want you to prepare your heart, not with pressure, not with panic, but with presence. This is your moment to receive, not to chase, not to strive, just to surrender and let go. And as you hear each word of the prayer that's coming, let it become yours. Let it speak to the places inside you that have been silent for too long. Let it go deep, and if you feel something, anything, a stirring in your heart, a lump in your throat, a sense of peace you can't explain, then just say quietly, Amen. Wherever you are, whisper it, think it, feel it. That's your agreement, that's your faith responding. Because sometimes you don't need more answers, you need alignment. And that's exactly what this prayer will do. Not by magic, but by faith, by divine timing, by sacred connection. You're not watching a video, you're entering a moment, a holy space. And what happens in the next few minutes could echo through the rest of your life. Get ready. The shift begins in your spirit before it ever shows up in your bank account. But once it starts, everything changes. God, in this sacred moment, I come before you not with perfect words or rehearsed speeches, but with an honest heart and a spirit tired from the weight of financial pressure. I come carrying the burdens that have quietly broken me down, the unpaid bills, the silent fears, the moments where I doubted your presence in my struggle. I speak now not just for myself, but for every soul listening to this prayer who is standing on the edge of despair, wondering if relief will ever come. Lord, we've tried, we've worked, we've fought, we've pushed ourselves to the limit, and still the money seems to vanish before it even arrives. We've smiled through pain, said we're okay when we weren't, and held on to faith even when it felt like we were holding on to air. But tonight, in this moment, we're done pretending. We're done carrying the weight alone. We're laying it all down before you. Every debt, every doubt, every deadline, every tear. We're surrendering because we believe even now that you are still the God of sudden shifts. You are still the God who provides manna in the desert, who multiplies fish and loaves, who calls water from a rock and brings streams into dry places. So why not now? Why not us? Why not this very moment for breakthrough? We don't ask from greed, God. We ask from survival. We ask because we want to live with dignity, not fear. We ask because we want to bless our families, not barely get by. We ask because we believe that you take delight in our well-being, that you rejoice when we are provided for, when we are not crushed under the weight of financial strain. So we open our hands now, not just physically, but spiritually. We release the worry, we release the anxiety, we release the shame that money has attached to our identity. We release the belief that struggle is all we were meant for. And we replace it with faith, even if it's just a mustard seed. Because we know that faith moves mountains, and we declare that faith can also move money. Yes, Lord, we speak boldly now. Let the flow of abundance begin. Let it rain into every dry place. Let it cancel debts that feel impossible. Let it bring opportunities from directions we never saw coming. Let it place our names in rooms we've never entered. Let the phone ring with good news. Let the email come with confirmation. Let the bank account reflect your favor. And more than anything, let peace fall over our minds, because money without peace is just another burden. We ask not just for resources, God, but for rest, for clarity, for a calm heart in the middle of the storm. We don't want riches that remove us from you. We want blessings that lead us deeper into your presence. We want the kind of wealth that builds legacy, lifts others, and multiplies light in a dark world. We confess now, every thought of lack, every word of defeat, every moment where we agreed with fear more than faith, we let it go. And we align ourselves now with your truth, that we are not cursed, not forgotten, not left behind. We are blessed, we are covered, we are chosen. We break every agreement we've made with poverty in our thoughts, with failure in our expectations, with fear in our conversations. We break every spoken curse we've placed over our own lives. Words like, "I'll never get out of this," "Money always runs from me," "I can't catch a break." We cancel those declarations right now and replace them with truth. We are favored, we are provided for, and supernatural provision is already being released. God, place your divine hand over our income, our business, our work, our talents. Breathe fresh life into every idea we have forgotten. Wake up every sleeping gift within us. Let us see doors where we only saw walls. Let us meet people who carry the answers we've been searching for. Let us hear news that shifts our direction overnight. We pray for the person right now who feels unworthy of financial blessing, who has been taught that struggle is noble and abundance is selfish. Free their mind, Lord. Show them that you are a God of overflow, a Father who delights in giving good gifts, a provider who doesn't run out. Remind us that we're not asking to impress others, but to live free, free to give, to rest, to dream, to build. We ask now, Father, for open heavens. We declare divine transactions, money released, debts canceled, payments received, business growing, unexpected income flowing. We see checks in the mail, we see approvals, we see messages saying, "It's done." We see bank notifications with more than enough. Not just enough to survive, enough to invest, to grow, to breathe. We lift up every bank account, every wallet, every contract, every deal in process, every payment stuck in delay. We place them in your hands now. We ask that you release the blockages, open the pipelines, and command what belongs to us to come forth. In faith, we declare, money is not our master, you are. And under your authority, we call forth the provision we need to step fully into our purpose. And Lord, if there's any spiritual block, jealousy, envy, generational patterns, self-sabotage, we bring them into your light, break them, heal them, reverse the patterns, redeem the history. Let us walk in a new story, one where peace and provision walk together, one where we don't just get by, we overflow. We also lift up our families, our children, our homes. May they feel the shift too. Let this blessing not stop with us. Let it spread to those around us. May our homes be filled with laughter again, our tables with food, our hearts with rest. May we have enough not just for our needs, but to help others breathe easier too. Because we believe that the money we're asking for doesn't come to make us proud. It comes to position us to be vessels of your love. Use us, God. Prosper us for purpose. Raise us not just as survivors of struggle, but as testimonies of transformation. Let every bill paid be a banner of your faithfulness. Let every debt cleared be a declaration of your goodness. God, we now speak over every closed door and we ask you to open them with authority. If the door was wrong, close it with clarity. But if the door is right, we ask that you unlock it now. Remove the resistance, the confusion, the delay, and let your favor flow like water. No more guessing, no more anxiety. We ask you to go ahead of us, to prepare the conversations, the contracts, the decisions, the shifts, and the approvals. Guide the eyes of those who have the power to say yes. Let them see us with favor. Let them feel peace when they hear our names. Let every closed deal turn into testimony. Let every postponed blessing return multiplied. We declare now, every mistake of our past is not a chain. It's not a curse. It's not who we are. Our history is not our future. We will no longer be held back by shame, regret, or fear of not being good enough. Your grace is bigger. Your love is deeper. Your provision is stronger than our past. And so we walk forward, bold and free. We are not what we lost. We are what you're building. We speak peace into our minds because when money is tight, fear screams. But we choose now to silence fear with truth. We are not alone. We are not forgotten. You are working even when we don't see it. You are providing even when we don't feel it. You are opening paths even when we feel stuck. That's who you are, consistent, present, powerful. And now, God, we ask boldly, without apology, we ask that you fund every dream aligned with your purpose. We ask for investors, clients, buyers, supporters, partners, not to make us rich, but to fulfill what you've placed in our hearts to build. We ask for homes, not just houses, but peaceful, safe, fully paid homes. We ask for vehicles that are reliable and fully ours. We ask for food in the pantry, joy around the table, and laughter in the hallways. We ask for job promotions, unexpected raises, business expansion, and supernatural restoration of everything we thought we lost forever. We ask that you protect our income from theft, fraud, manipulation, and anything trying to dry up our resources. We ask that you shield us from impulsive decisions, financial traps, shady offers, and disguised deceptions. Give us discernment, give us wisdom, give us the courage to say no to what's not aligned and yes to what carries peace. We lift up every parent listening to this prayer, worried about their children, trying to provide when it feels like there's never enough. Strengthen them. Remind them that provision is not their burden to carry alone. Release resources to them. Let them experience miracles that their children will one day speak of as legends of faith. Let their homes be a sanctuary of safety, not a battlefield of stress. Let them sleep without the weight of lack pressing on their chest. We lift up every young person who feels hopeless, who thinks the system is stacked against them, who feels like dreams are only for the rich. God, break that lie. Inject purpose into their identity. Flood their minds with creativity, opportunity, and divine timing. Place mentors in their lives. Place provision in their path. Let them see that the story doesn't end with debt. It begins with destiny. We call now for financial healing in relationships. Where couples are divided because of lack, bring unity. Where trust has been broken because of money wounds, bring restoration. Let honest conversations flow. Let mutual dreams emerge. Let giving return to their hearts, giving to each other, to their children, to the world. We ask now that you bring back what was stolen, wages unpaid, opportunities lost, inheritances blocked, ideas copied, energy drained. God, redeem time. Redeem the months and years lost to financial survival. Redeem the moments we missed because we were too busy stressing over bills. Let this be a season of recovery, of divine repayment, of sacred restoration. And now, God, we ask you to break every hidden chain. Break the invisible walls that have surrounded us for years, the walls of limitation, of constant delay, of almost but never. We rebuke the spirit of near success syndrome, the pattern where we get close but never cross the finish line. No more open doors that slam at the last second, no more fake promises, no more empty hopes. We call for real manifestations, visible results, undeniable shifts that even our enemies will have to admit came from you. We lift up the contracts that are stuck in process, the clients that disappeared, the payments that are late, the loans that were denied, the opportunities that were withdrawn. And we ask now for divine reversal. Where man said no, let heaven say yes. Where man rejected, let your spirit invite. Where it was blocked, let it now be released. We don't rely on man's approval. We walk under your authority. And when you say yes, no one can say no. We bring before you every court case, every document, every bank decision, every employment background check, every housing application, every financial request that is pending. God, breathe on it. Shift the outcome. Let your hand be seen in every approval letter, in every deposit notification, in every breakthrough message. Let us walk away with favor so undeniable that we know it wasn't us, it was you. And now we pray for those who feel like they've hit rock bottom, those who've had their cars repossessed, their lights shut off, their homes lost. God, lift them now. Show them this is not how their story ends. Give them a testimony that will bring others back to life. Let them say, "I was down to nothing and God turned it all around." Let them speak of miracle provision, of strangers who became answers, of favor that rewrote their future. Let this be the turning point. We speak now to every business owner listening. Father, breathe on their vision. Send clients who pay on time. Remove clients who drain energy. Expand their territory. Multiply their sales. Protect their brand. Surround them with people who believe in their purpose. Let them rest, knowing that their business is not just a hustle, it's a calling. Fund their purpose, God. Open the books, fill the pipeline, restore what was lost in dry seasons. Let this next quarter be a season of overflow. We speak to every artist, every creator, every dreamer who has been producing from a place of pain and pushing through without recognition. God, let their work be seen. Let their gift make room for them. Let income be connected to their calling. Let value meet their voice. Let the world hear the beauty they've been hiding because of fear or lack. Restore their confidence, increase their audience. Bless the work of their hands, and God, we speak protection over every blessing. No more blessings followed by burdens, no more money that brings anxiety, no more miracles that come and disappear. We want what lasts, we want what flows, we want what grows. We don't want fleeting help, we want divine sustenance. So place angels around our finances, let wisdom lead every decision, let joy fill our stewardship, let legacy follow our name. God, thank you for being patient with us when we were reckless, for not giving up when we gave in, for still believing in our purpose even when we lost faith in ourselves. Thank you for restoring what we thought was wasted. Thank you for teaching us that you don't just give money, you give strategy, you give ideas, you give peace, you give access, you give identity. And so now we receive, not with fear, not with guilt, but with boldness. We open our spirits and say yes to abundance. We open our hands and say yes to overflow. We open our minds and say yes to the wisdom we'll need to manage what's coming. And we speak now. We will not waste the blessing. We will multiply it. God, we now pray for restoration within our families. Where money has caused arguments, distance, shame, and silence, we ask for healing. Heal the wounds caused by scarcity. Heal the memories of unpaid bills leading to broken trust. Heal the resentments that grew when one carried the load and the other shut down. Heal the pain of children overhearing fights about money and wondering if they were the reason. Heal the trauma of not having enough to celebrate birthdays, to buy uniforms, to keep the lights on. Let forgiveness flow, not just between people, but within hearts. Let parents forgive themselves for the seasons they couldn't provide. Let spouses forgive each other for the decisions that led to debt. Let children forgive the system that limited their opportunities. Let us all forgive ourselves for what we didn't know, for what we tried and failed, for the shame we've carried in silence. Because you didn't call us to be perfect, you called us to be faithful. And faithfulness, even when we feel broken, is enough for you to move. God, we lift up everyone praying for a home, not just a roof, a home, a place of peace, a place of light, a place where joy is planted and laughter echoes through the walls. We ask for fully paid homes. We ask for mortgages to be approved with favor. We ask for renters to become owners. We ask for unexpected provision to cover down payments, legal fees, renovations, and every cost standing in the way. We declare that our next address will not be a burden, but a blessing. And when we step through the door, we will know that it was your hand, not just our hustle, that made it possible. We speak over those living with uncertainty, those borrowing rooms, those waiting on approvals, those hiding eviction notices, those praying their name won't be called in court. God, reverse the order, release the pressure, release the provision. Give them rest, not just sleep, rest, not just silence, peace. We now pray for those who have been humiliated because of money, those who've borrowed and were reminded, those who've had their name spoken in gossip because of debt, those who have avoided events, celebrations, even church because they couldn't show up the way they used to. God, remove the shame, restore the honor. Let this be the season where their names are not spoken with pity, but with praise. Let this be the year their story turns from "how did it get so bad" to "how did everything change so fast?" For every person whose smile hides an invisible war, for every soul tired of pretending to be okay, we ask for a miracle so clear, so personal, so direct, that they will break down in gratitude and rise again in boldness. We ask that money show up in unexpected places, through refunds, reimbursements, corrections, favors, anonymous gifts, spiritual alignments, and divine setups that only you could orchestrate. God, protect us from becoming bitter as we wait. Protect us from comparing ourselves to others. Teach us to celebrate small wins and to expect big ones. Teach us to live with open hands, not clenched fists. Teach us to receive without guilt and to give without fear. And above all, teach us to trust you, not because things are easy, but because you are always working, always faithful, always present, even in the silence. We declare that this is not the end of our story, not financially, not emotionally, not spiritually. What we are stepping into is greater than what we're leaving behind. The season of barely making it ends here. The season of watching others rise while we sink ends here. The season of borrowing to breathe ends here. And the season of overflow begins now. And now, in this sacred silence, after everything we've prayed, believed, and surrendered, we declare with boldness, it is done. The doors are open, the weight is lifting, the shift has begun. Heaven has heard, the atmosphere has changed, the financial pressure is breaking, and divine provision is being released. Not next week, not in theory. Now, we may not see the full picture yet, but deep in our spirit, we feel the turn. We sense the peace. We know something moved. We speak it aloud, right here. My blessing is arriving. My breakthrough is no longer on the way. It's at the door. And I welcome it with faith, with joy, with expectation. I welcome unexpected deposits. I welcome clear debts. I welcome divine yeses. I welcome aligned opportunities. I welcome what was delayed returning multiplied. I welcome peace. I welcome purpose. I welcome God's perfect provision. You feel it too, don't you? That inner confirmation, that quiet knowing that this wasn't just another prayer, this was a divine transaction. Something left your heart and reached heaven, and something from heaven is now making its way back into your reality. You're not just hoping anymore, you're aligned. You're not just wishing, you're receiving. That's not just emotion, that's spiritual truth awakening inside of you. If your heart feels lighter, if your chest feels warm, if your soul feels still, that's not coincidence. That's faith anchoring itself. That's peace confirming itself. That's God saying, I heard you, and I'm already moving. So declare it now in whatever way you can. My blessing is here. Whisper it, think it, write it, type it, shout it, but declare it. Because when you declare it, you make space for it. When you name it, you claim it. And when you align with it, you attract it. Let this be your turning point. Let this be the day you look back on and say, that was the moment everything started to change. Because it is, and it has, and nothing will ever be the same again. This prayer was not the end, it was the beginning. Something shifted inside you today, something that might not be visible in numbers yet, but is already taking shape in your atmosphere, in your relationships, in your finances, in your spirit. You didn't just listen, you connected. You didn't just hope, you believed. And belief is the bridge between where you are and where you're going. So don't stop here. Don't disconnect. This is a journey, not a moment. And I'll be here praying with you again and again, every step of the way. Come back tomorrow. There's another word waiting for you, another prayer aligned with your season, another step forward in faith. And if today spoke to you, if you felt seen, heard, lifted, then don't keep it to yourself. Speak it. Declare it. Let heaven and earth agree with you. Say, my victory has arrived, and speak it into every space of your life. Write it where you can see it. Whisper it when doubt knocks. Say it over your bank account, over your work, over your home. My victory has arrived. And if your heart tells you to stay close to this movement of faith, then listen to that. Don't wander away from the presence that lifted you. Stay where the peace flows. Stay connected to what aligns with your spirit. Subscribe, not to a channel, but to a life of bold, unshakable belief. And yes, subscribe in every way, click, stay, return, because sometimes God uses voices we never expected to remind us we are not forgotten. This is one of them. Stay close, stay covered. You were not led here randomly. You were guided, called, pulled by something greater than algorithms or luck. This prayer found you because heaven wanted to remind you that you're not alone in this fight, that the battle is turning, that provision is closer than it feels, that you have not missed your moment. Your moment is responding to you. And this is your proof. You feel lighter, you feel stronger, you feel hope. Not the kind of hope that fades after a few hours, but the kind of hope that plants roots, that grows, that multiplies, and that will meet you again stronger tomorrow. So breathe, rest, smile again, expect again. You've prayed, you've declared, you've believed, and now you receive. We'll meet again soon, right here, to go deeper, to believe louder, and to celebrate together. Until then, walk like someone who knows their blessing is real. Think like someone who knows the miracle is moving. Speak like someone who knows the breakthrough has begun, because it has. And if you ever start to doubt again, just return. Come back here. Replay this prayer. Let it remind you. Let it lift you. Let it fight for you. Because this isn't just a video. It's your anchor, your reminder, your spiritual weapon. And it will always be waiting for you, right here, when you need it.